Welcome to the Shirts and Skins podcast. We are Tori, Josh, and Devin, and we're here. We're going to bring in, we got to start. So, actually, real quick, thank everyone for watching the one chip challenge for the Pacquiao chip, the Kiwi. It was definitely a left hook from Manny Pacquiao to all of our taste buds. Thank y'all so much for watching, for supporting, for liking, for commenting. We appreciate you watching our misery. We do not push you to try that on your own.
Yes, we do.
Josh suggests you should pass these little cases out for Halloween gifts.
You're not a man if you don't do it. That's all I'm saying. If
His
you have
words,
the opportunity to
not ours.
do it because it is miserable but funny at the same time.
If you want to be humbled and wish you had the life you had before you ate the chip, which is what I did, which I slept like a child. I slept so good. I woke up the next morning. I was like, man, I wish I never feel that way again. And I was very appreciative for how I felt that morning. Devin, how was your experience? You started hiccuping and you were angry immediately. It's almost like you didn't want to do it.
No, so it was called peer pressure.
Yeah.
and then
Which a man of your forwardness, a man of your confidence, I would assume that you wouldn't be pressured by your peers so
then it was all like, oh, you got to be a man if you do it, da-da-da-da. So then I was
did
like...
we say that? I don't think we did.
There were so many things.
We said it, hey, it's for the Shirts and Skins.
Yeah, and then I had to do it. Yeah, then I had to do it because then it was like for us.
It's for a cause.
Then you got the finished product, and I won't be doing that again.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I won't be doing.
We had football, statistical, analytical data to go along with it. That was the point of actually doing it.
But there was nothing you could say at the time because listen, we could barely talk. So there's no way we were gonna actually give any true stats or anything that mattered.
I couldn't get the milk out of my mouth, is what it was. I couldn't get the Klondike bar off my tongue.
We weren't going to be able to give any information with the way we were all feeling about that.
Not at all. So
it's I think it's similar to how I'm feeling now with the outcome of this Raiders-Bears game.
So did you not see that coming?
I didn't. I don't know if you heard me last week.
I don't know how
I came in very confident.
I don't know how you didn't see it coming when I told you at the beginning of the season you're going to start off undefeated, but you're going to lose to the Bears.
I came in confident,
and then you lost the week before, and so you're definitely losing to the Bears.
I was like, we're only going to lose 4 or 5 games on the season,
the whole season. And
now I'm like, we might only win 5 games on the season.
You might lose 4 or 5 games in a row.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come out here and say it's not possible because...
You don't even have a coach.
Question. Is this the part of the season where Josh switches teams?
We're not there yet.
Because we were almost there last year.
We're not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever truly give up, but every year I have my sleeper, I might be jumping on the bandwagon with my partner Parsons over here. I don't know if you jumped off yet.
No, go Rams.
So I think I'm on the Rams with you.
Yeah, go Rams.
So...
Yeah. But I think they might fall off too
for a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to LA again. Go back to the roots.
Right. See what's going on over there.
Tampa.
You know what I mean?
The roots ain't from Tampa.
Yeah. We'll go see what's going on
Denver,
in LA.
Then. The Broncos, right? Colorado, man. Colorado Springs, man.
Yeah. Never ever.
Orange, blue, and white Mustangs, Broncos,
donkeys. Never.
Some might call them.
Never that. Never be a Broncos fan. But this game...
I really thought the Raiders were going to win this game. I picked them to win this game. They let me down.
That was your first mistake.
So there was some...
You should have rocked with your guy here.
I should have.
There were some things that came out before the game.
It was before the game.
It was before the last game.
So they lost...
Before the Bears game.
They lost before they even got there.
Before the Bears game, there was an email that came out that Gruden said some things racially charged that I'm going to say messed with the team.
Emotionally,
words came out. They were distracted. They weren't there.
Very
for this
distracted.
Game.
I could see that.
And I'm going to say that's why they lost.
So not only were they playing the Bears, they were playing the Washington football team, the Feds,
they were
the lawyers
themselves, and where are they at mentally? Who is our coach? Not maybe is he the guy that we think he is? He's somebody else.
Are you going on the field and you're playing for him?
Right,
is a question, and I will tell you that offensive line was not
so bad.
If we're going to keep it football, I will say Khalil Mack had himself which was great because they went in depth on Derek Carr and Khalil Mack.
They're like great relationship.
The best of friends.
Yes.
They text each other every week unless they're playing each other.
The kids wear Mac jersey,
yeah,
and they're like, "You're
Derek
not wearing
Carr's
it this
kids
week."
Wear Mac jersey, and Carr's laying it down like, "Nah, not this week.
Not this week. No Mac in this house." And
Matt got over to him, but right before he hit him, he got the ball out and he slapped him on the chest. He was like, "I'm here, buddy."
He came back and got him. He came back and got him and talked a little trash. You can tell that they have a good rapport between them.
Good camaraderie, good friendship.
They were drafted the same year. That was the big thing.
They could pair up again now. They could definitely pair up again. Yeah, they could definitely pair up again now. I
wouldn't mind it.
I mean, it helps. It would definitely help.
You put Max Crosby and Mac on the other side.
Yeah,
that's a pretty nasty matchup right there.
For sure. I can see that.
Cap room next year. That's for dang sure.
Did you say Crosby?
Max Crosby?
Oh, okay, Max Crosby. Yeah. I thought we were talking about the other Crosby.
Not Mason Crosby.
I'm like, let's not talk about him now.
Not this record of missed extra point field goal kickers.
But. They said he did the same thing when he played the Lions. It's week 5.
Got a history of it.
Yeah, week 5. It's a week 5 thing. He just does this.
He's shaky against.
Yeah, week 5 just gets to him.
Gets to him all of a sudden, and then he's just money. But
the game itself.
One game a year.
The Raiders defense played well. They were just on the field for way too long.
Well, I mean, the Bears offense isn't
not good at all.
So the defense played well against a Matt Nagy offense.
Yeah.
Or, I guess, a laser offense.
Y'all did change, and there was no game tape on the rookie quarterbacks. So, that's a little more challenge. I'm going to make a call on excuses.
There's tons of it against the Browns. I don't know if you missed that game, but they had no problem.
We got pressures. But when the quarterback's when the defense is on the field for 80% of the game, because your offense can't do anything, because
there were some key drops. There was some really bad. So that last drive, there was some really bad miscommunication on Carr and his receiver. He was open. He had him. I feel like Carr had it exactly where the ball needed to go. The receiver didn't take the right angle,
right?
Because otherwise, that might have been house. He had a good 3 steps on him. He just didn't veer upfield at the right time, and Carr knew it as soon as he hit the ground. He looked at him like, "Come on, man." I feel like the play was there, and it was just a little miscommunication.
I just feel like the better teams won. I feel like
I, as a Bears fan, would probably argue.
Yeah,
I'd probably argue that.
I just feel like all I remember when I seen the final of this game was the 3-0 Raiders are a better team than the 11-0 Steelers, and I'm just like.
Facts.
Are they?
Is what you were saying.
Are they? Now it's just 2 losses in a row. You don't even have a coach. I mean, you don't even have an identity. Who are you guys?
You know who we are? We're the Raiders. The Raider Nation. One nation.
The Lost Raiders.
Stand up.
They could be Oakland, Los Angeles, Vegas.
Yeah.
They're the Raiders.
They're the Raiders.
We're still going to stand up. We're going to come together as a unit.
Right.
Until they change that logo, they're the Raiders.
All
Raider
day, every
Nation.
day, until they get rid of the silver and black and decide they want to.
You know what's one really funny thing I thought about this year, and just coming up while we're sitting there just talking about something. I think it was me and you on break, and then I went to break by myself later off in the day, and I was looking at everything, and I'm just like, all 3 of our teams are just going to be all at the bottom.
All cellar dwellers.
And we're going to come a podcast ago. There's a chance all 3 of us are just going to be bottom dwellers on this podcast, and we're just going to be talking.
We're just going to be together. We're just going to be together, just at the bottom.
Halfway through the season, it's going to be draft pick talk.
Yeah.
The draft.
We're going to be on it.
Yeah. First, second, and third, baby. No, the Jets, Houston.
It shows how much we actually, actually watch and admire the game, and we can separate our own fandom from the other teams.
I can confidently say, I want to give him a shout out before I forget.
Let's do
it. Our buddy Tori on the page.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Not you.
Tori Zeiska.
Yeah, not you, man. Not you. But we'll give you a shout out too. Go Bears.
Thank you, buddy.
The bottom 7 that this man ranked. I mean, you look at the bottom 7 teams. You got your Jets, Houston, Lions.
Each week, and he throws them out there.
I mean, there's no argument with these teams.
I was arguing for the Raiders, and then I just didn't even. I stopped now.
Yeah. I mean, you had a good argument there for a minute, and then it just.
And then the Raiders realized they are the Raiders.
Yeah, but
we thought they were.
Exactly who we thought they were.
I said you'd finish above the Broncos.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about that. They play them. Anymore. Yeah, they play them this week, so we're gonna find out. But we shall see. And also another thing he hit on in his little rankings he did was the Chargers Cleveland game. I think one of the greatest games, like regular season games that we've had in a long time. Just back and forth, just all offense, just full blown, just going in and out. Yeah. And if we see that again in the playoffs, that'll be great. But yeah, the bottom 7 and then 8, 9, 10. You know what I mean? Like, like here we are.
We're at 8. You're 9.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna see you this year too.
Hey, we got a coach.
Hey,
both of y'all don't have coaches. You have a coach, but no one wants him. And then
we had a coach. Nobody wants him anymore.
No one wants him anymore.
So now you have a new one.
Yeah.
Let me just say this about Matt Nagy. Because what really grinds my gears about Matt Nagy,
that no one's checking his emails. No one's checking his emails.
If anything would come out, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is Matt Nagy was of the Andy Reid coach tree, which actually a lot of those coaches have gone and done very well, as opposed to the Bill Belichick tree.
Right.
Most of those guys get fired and they end up coming back. Matt Nagy was, he was Andy Reid's guy. He had a year with Patrick Mahomes. He also had a couple years with Alex Smith, where they were NFC championship contenders. And so he had this persona of being the next big offensive guru, or at least an offensive guru. The issue that I have with Matt Nagy was
he's more of an Adam Gase than he is.
Well, yeah, we're 4 years into the Matt Nagy experiment.
Was that like a virus?
And well, maybe, because every single year there's a controversy on who's calling the plays.
You know who
is
really
it Matt Nagy calling the plays on offense, given he's an offensive guru, or is he passing it off to his offensive coordinator? Which right now, the last 2 wins that we've had, Laser has been calling the offensive plays, not Nagy. So, what are you doing on the offensive side? As a head coach, as the next big offensive guru, you've had 4 quarterbacks in the last 4 years.
They're not the right ones.
2 of them are guys that he went out and got.
They weren't right.
And then they drafted Fields, and he's like, no, I don't know. I tell you what, though, my favorite moment of that Raiders game was, number one, the toughness of Justin Fields. So he got rocked, and he left.
Yes.
And then he came back, and then he brutally hyperextended his knee. Ooh. It was rough. And then he goes off. Andy Dalton comes in, and I'm like, here we go.
Andy Fitzpatrick.
Andy Fitzpatrick up top. Andy Fitzpatrick comes in with that just like amazing looking beard. I feel like he still had his sunglasses on. Like he was just zings out 2 passes, and I'm like, that's all Matt Nagy needs to see. Like, here's a guy.
Yep, here you go.
Here's a guy, that can run my offense. And then Justin Fields was like, dude, screw my knee. I'm coming back.
I might see my job getting lost right here. I better get back out
here.
Get
off the field, man. No, this is my job. This is my one shot this season. And he came back, scored a touchdown. It was a really bad play. It was basically the tight end was just standing there for like 18 seconds, and then it was like, I got it, you don't.
Our trash DBs. Really
it was a bad call on offense. Classic. But I tell you what, with Gruden and with Urban Meyer, Matt Nagy obviously wasn't the first to be let go or to resign.
I mean,
Urban's probably next.
If you were to say the odds of the first coach being fired, I'm sure Gruden wasn't on the list.
No, he had like 6 more years to go.
He had a large guaranteed contract that he was working on.
Yeah.
So, I think the news kind of caught everybody off guard. Everyone knows about it. It's been all over Facebook. It's all over.
It's been.
It absolutely blew up yesterday, last night.
I bet it did.
With situations like this, good or bad, or there has to be growth, there has to be change, there has to be moving forward. But the internet never loses.
Always undefeated.
And the internet has great memes, great stories, great people's arguments, people's different sides of how they see it. At the end of the day, it's what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. But some of these people some of these people shouldn't be speaking out that I've seen. But at the end of the day, we all have our bad side, our wrong side, our things we've made mistakes, but we can overcome for someone to wish they lose their job, no matter their character or whatever. their family, this, that, and the other. I feel like you have to give them a chance to change, help them change to this culture, especially someone who's in their 50s, 60s. Like, it's just a different era. I mean, emails. He's like, emails. What's the email? You know, he just figured it out.
It was electronic mail that you speak of.
Don't use your businesses.
And don't do that. I mean,
and in the day,
it's your job.
Don't say
because it is their business at that point.
Exactly.
Yes, that is their.
That's their.
It's not yours. It's not yours. So whether or not it has your name on it,
what I will say,
they have access to it.
The NFL, particularly for better or for worse, we can all debate that because we all have different players that we would defend, and we would all have different players that we would. I don't want to say attack, but different ones that we would push away from for their transgressions, whatever they may be. The NFL is a very forgiving league. We've seen some Ray Lewis. We've seen.
So the crazy difference right here,
Mike
with
Vick,
with a Ray Rice and a Kareem Hunt.
We've seen Ray Rice.
So they
Kareem
basically
Hunt.
kind of did the same things. I mean, Ray Rice knocked the girl out pretty cold, but it was they both hit
an
a female.
awful transgression. Should have never done it.
They both hit a female.
Both on video.
Kareem Hunt's still in the league.
Probably should.
Ray Rice just got blackballed.
So what happens is they use people as examples.
Yes, you have scapegoats.
Yeah, you have examples, and I don't know if you want to say a scapegoat, but they're utilizing, hey, this is not going to be accepted, but then you look over here and you're like, well, hold on, at the end of the day, listen, how do I get this away from me as quick as possible? Because you don't want these situations on your plate. You want to get back to the game. As crappy as that sounds, this is one of those things where it's like
off the field distraction.
Right. We don't
want to focus on the game.
We want to focus on fans, kids, memorabilia, ticket sales. This right here, this is out of character. But the NFL, I don't think they lose sight of John Gruden. I feel like, what can we do to improve John Gruden as a person if he so wants it? You know what I mean?
Right.
And to me, it sounds like
him back in the booth.
Right. Something. Like I said, for someone to lose their job, especially this name, and it don't matter if you're making millions, whatever life you choose. He still has kids. He still has family. He still has everything else.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I don't like to see someone lose their jobs on. I feel like he was doing a good job. He was winning games. Right. He was coaching. So
he was doing well. Over here the last 2 years in a
all sides, bro. Like, just coming from a person who've had second chances for even at their job, I just whatever it may be, I hope for the best. They're going pretty hard on him, and at the end of the day, some people are like they need to, but people can change. People can change. People can learn from it. People can move on, and at the end of the day, if you don't see that, you're the kind of person that I don't want to be around, because at the end of the day, everybody can change, everyone can grow, everyone can be different.
Mistakes were made.
It happens.
Learn, grow, move on.
So at the end of the day,
learn from, grow from it. Again, everyone who has done or said bad things has also probably been confronted with it, and that's the best way to grow and to overcome and to push forward, is to learn and is to grow.
Right.
And
I feel like that's as far as we need to go with,
I feel like as well.
John Gruden,
Raiders needs to go.
Yeah, John Gruden, the Raiders. It is what it is. We don't really have to talk about the Raiders no more either.
I completely agree. Let's packed. Don't talk about them the rest of the season.
Who?
Again, I still have them starting out 6-3. I'm going to start on that because I also still think they're going to go 6-3, and then after that, maybe it's just like last year and they lose the last 5-6 games. Josh.
So,
let's also move on. To
Bills, Kansas City.
You're ready. Bills, Kansas City. All right, so we got one team here that probably as soon as the season started, stop it. Circle this game on their calendar. We're headhunting.
This is
our measuring stick.
This is the AFC Championship game.
This is the AFC Championship game. We need to see if we can contend with these guys. And then we have Kansas City, who probably circled the Super Bowl.
This is
and said, this is our measuring stick.
So this is the Rams Bucks.
And that might be the problem.
The way Rams Bucks NFC, that was the game.
Correct.
This is the game for the AFC.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't.
This one.
And it was in Arrowhead.
So
come on now.
Full stadium.
I wouldn't have a problem with this game other than it was in Kansas City's house.
And we were saying Kansas City, Super Bowl. That was our favorites. This game swung my vote.
Yeah, no. So
Depends on completely.
I'm actually
I said Bills winning the conference.
I gotta see more of the Chargers.
This is a game that pushes him that way. Did y'all see Chris Collinsworth that game? Bro, it looked like he dumped his girlfriend and chose another one, like on prom night. And he's like, this guy, Josh Allen, man, woo!
This is a guy.
This is a guy here, man.
Bro.
It was beautiful. Did you see? And I'm like, where's your Mahomes love all of a sudden?
Bro,
like,
they done dumped Mahomes.
The NFL.
Bro,
the NFL has dumped Mahomes.
Yeah, they dumped Mahomes. They're riding Herbert. They're riding Josh
Allen.
Bro, it's so crazy.
That
so
was
crazy.
Ridiculous because we all know Mahomes is
he was the golden child.
Football magician we've probably ever seen.
Mahomes could do no wrong. He could do like the simplest throw, and it was, oh my God! Did you see how excellent that throw was?
Bro, the flick of his wrist,
just flicking it underhand, like
with his left hand, and he's a right-handed quarterback.
He's in the middle of the game doing no-look passes.
Yeah,
like this is still Mahomes that we're talking about.
Did you say all luck passes?
Like, it's absurd, but. Josh Allen put the Bills on the map as a real contender.
Bro, straight up running, hurdling, passing.
Dude, he was like their lead running back. He would look good doing everything.
Yeah, and their defense is just better than KC's defense.
Is good.
I think just like I said, we hit on the Chargers Browns for a minute, but you still can't sleep on KC. But you got Browns, you got Chargers, you got the Bills right now, and let's see what Lamar's doing. I'm not really putting him in there.
A lot.
Yeah, I'm not putting him in there. Yeah, I'm not putting it in there. But for the top teams, the way the Bills played, the Bills just outclassed KC. They wanted that game more, and they took it from them out of KC. And that's the most that right there, a packed KC house to win. That's saying something, man. They wanted that game.
Yeah, that was a statement game.
They did it with. Just flying colors. They looked incredible.
What I will say, Kansas City's been to the last 2 Super Bowls. They've won 1. They did not look at all pleased to lose that last one. I fully expect.
They're last in the division right now.
I know.
They won't stay there, but right now.
What I don't want to do is what all of the giant TV media conglomerates did, and it was 5 weeks in, they just wrote off Tampa Bay. Oh, Brady's out. Brady's old. Oh, he can't lead a team. He was a system quarterback. Yada. It's still Kansas City, and we all know Tyreek Hill. We all know Kelsey. We all know Mahomes. Now, what I will say is this particular game, again, you're going up against a Bills team who wants your throat. Kansas City's whole offseason moves was built on that offensive line.
Yes.
And they could not protect Mahomes again.
And the defense looks bad.
And the Bills aren't particularly a good defense. And this was the game where the Bills, everyone was looking at the Bills. Oh, well, sure, they've been curb stomping teams and all that, but who have they played? They played like Tua and this guy. They played like Heineke. They just played Mahomes.
Yeah, there's no questioning of
it. They beat him in his house by like 2 touchdowns.
The Bills lost to Big Ben. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Week 1 was basically a preseason game.
Yeah.
I'm tired of saying this.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is there is real
it's an actual loss. They got an actual loss.
Kansas City right now. And I don't care about the other losses. I really don't. They're not going to lose this week. They're not going to lose this week. But I am saying to have the many losses that you have right now, to be last in your division, and to lose to probably the team that's going to win the conference, maybe, that's tough. Not overreacting, but I'm saying that was the game.
They're a good team.
From
a really good team.
Kansas City now has their measuring stick of, well, we got to get better because we're probably going to face them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now I'm almost dead certain this is where KC goes on their run.
Well, they got
unless
AFC
their
matchups,
flaws
they gotta
are
win.
actually their flaws, and their offense can't overcome them because their defense is awful, their offensive line is once again awful.
But they got some
and people have kind of figured
losses.
out Mahomes
They've lost to the teams they need to beat. Those are the teams they're going to end up probably seeing in the playoffs.
Right, Ravens, Chargers, Bills.
Right.
So, and they got to see the Chargers again. So
and they're
we'll
going to see the Browns.
And Browns are a sleeper. I'm not saying they're a contender. I'm saying they're a sleeper.
They're a playoff contender.
They're a
I'm not saying a
playoff
Super Bowl contender, but a playoff contender.
They can knock somebody.
Right.
Yeah, they can score and they can run the game.
We've seen that they can knock off a playoff team.
They can control the clock.
Recently.
Last year.
Heard that.
So that one, again, not running KC off either.
I still got KC in the playoff in the championship game. I still do.
That game, I got them. I think Buffalo just took the AFC title
For sure.
as of now. Obviously, it's the way too early prediction kind of thing.
Way too early.
But as of now, Buffalo is the AFC.
Are we?
I think they have. I think
the way through the season.
Yeah, quarter. Yeah, quarter. Yeah.
How many games have we played? Is that 5?
We're just ended 5.
Okay, all right. So then we're actually a quarter. Because before we would be, but now there's an extra, an extra game, so that kind of throws off
extra AFC.
My thought. I'd be 4 games in. Hey, we're a quarter through it. Now it's like, are we for 4? Then we're not. All right, continue on.
So real quick, speaking of the best, we went from the best of the AFC.
Just quick.
The best of the NFC, in my opinion, even with the loss to Arizona. The Rams, Seattle.
You realize the Rams almost lost to Geno Smith.
Geno's not a bad quarterback.
Did you know Geno was still in the NFL? Neither did I.
Nobody did.
Devin?
Who? The Jets?
Thank you.
No, the Jets quarterback? Yeah, no.
The one-time Jets franchise quarterback.
Dude, I remember Geno playing for West Virginia. He threw for I think it was 700 yards.
Oh,
and I was like,
college.
and I was like, oh, all right, this is cool. He went to the Jets. And then it just died. It just died out. And then Russell Wilson, I guess I don't even know how long he's been there, but Russell Wilson don't get hurt. So then Russell Wilson gets hurt.
Know who their backup is.
And then this guy, Geno Smith. Geno Smith comes in.
The Rams are definitely, until the championship game, the Rams are definitely the best team in that conference. I'd say. Would you say?
Yeah, I have to say that, but it's very close.
It's close.
I will give Arizona their props. It is extremely close. They look good.
They struggled against the 49ers team.
They had a bad week, but that's a division game.
I'm telling you, all those division games, that whole division right there is just...
And you're coming off that high.
Yeah. We got to see. I hope... I need the Rams to mop the floor with the Giants. Not just because of my picks, but just because we need that. We... Come back to what's going to happen. Where you need to be back to where you were. Like, where'd that go?
The Rams are going to the Giants are going to have 6 offensive starters not playing.
Yeah. You have to show out. You have to show out. Yeah.
Their left tackle, their quarterback, and 3 wide receivers.
Yeah. So you have to show out. You have to show out.
That's not a good thing. Rams should dominate that one. If the Rams don't dominate that game,
they're low. Yeah, they're low. They'll definitely downgrade.
The reason why I got nervous was because I already had. We said it on last week's podcast. I picked Seattle to win this game because I thought Russell Wilson was going to be healthy. Go figure. And then
everybody thought that.
It was in a tight one with Geno.
Yeah.
It was in a tight one with Geno Smith. Now in basketball, break a finger. Tape it up. You just keep going. Football, it's a whole different story.
You got to grip that
it's
ball
a different
correctly.
Ball. You're throwing it 50 yards, not 20 feet. It's a whole different game. So I don't know when Russell Wilson's going to come back, and that division just got a whole lot easier if he's gone for 4 to 6 weeks. But we'll see what the Rams do because I'm still hesitant on putting them in the Super Bowl. But again, they're at the top. I mean, they're obviously at the top.
So right behind them is the still undefeated Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona.
Yeah.
With a struggle.
With Stumper's shaking in his boots right now about this upcoming game as well.
He even said
but it's about time to come down. But then again, Kyler Murray he was doing a little pitcher arm shoulder action. I'm sure it made him a little shaky watching his QB get through it because we know about last year's Kyler Murray. It wasn't great.
He makes me
He's a small guy. Yeah, he's a small guy.
He likes to get out of that pocket a lot, which means he's going to take bigger chance of getting bigger hits.
Yeah.
Like, he moves a lot. He runs. Higher chance of getting
and I believe they have the Bills ranked over Arizona in the power rankings right now.
I'm sure they do. Do. And Arizona does have San Fran coming up. No, I'm sorry. They just beat San Fran.
Right.
Trey Lance did a little, I guess I'm not going to stretch the football over the goal line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, All right.
They were warning him. They're like, you can't do that here, bud. Don't be taking those hits because we're not just gonna let you walk in. And he learned that, and he's actually dealing with a little injury himself.
Dealing with as well.
So we'll see where that goes. And
it was about that time that they're going to make the change to push him as a starter.
Well, Arizona's gonna find out because they have a decent secondary to stop the pass. Well, now you're gonna have to find out if you can
in the middle.
Yeah, well, now you're gonna see if you can stop the Cleveland
Chandler
run.
Jones
So we'll find out
this game due to a positive COVID test.
Right.
So that's gonna hurt that defense.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
This is going to be a big challenge for them, but still, right now, undefeated. They look good.
Well,
yep. They look like a good undefeated team, not like the Raiders undefeated team
or like the Pittsburgh
or
Steelers
the Pittsburghs of last year undefeated. They actually look.
They are the last undefeated team.
They look good.
They look good.
I tell you what, though, in probably a game, I mean, for all intents and purposes, Cleveland's got a really good. They got a playoff roster.
Yes.
They got
a great line. Great line, great D line.
They have a playoff team. I do trust Kyler Murray more than Baker in the last
100%.
Which it'll probably come down to, right?
Yeah.
It'll probably come down to who has the ball in the last 4 minutes. You go for 2, I go for 2. I do trust Kyler in this one. Should he be?
It's gonna be a stop the run, stop the pass. If you can stop the run, you're gonna beat Cleveland. If you can stop the pass, you're gonna beat Arizona. Yeah. That's just the bottom line.
I completely
agree.
We'll see
because their defenses they're about the same. I mean, you can give
similar
or take.
defenses. Like I said, I'll take either one of the defenses if they're both good.
Yeah, give or take.
It's a matter of
we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be ball control.
Speaking of the Browns, can I not just say that I love the odd intelligence of the Browns?
To have them let Eckler score at that end.
Dude, they ran behind that man and pushed him into the end.
As he was going to try to go down and kneel down, they're like, not today, buddy.
You're going to run out the clock. It was going to be over, and then they just shoved him into the end zone. Like, come on in here, get your 6. Hey, I got Eckler on my fantasy team. Thank you, Cleveland. Y'all got me a win this week. I appreciate you.
Listen, that was a game. If you like scoring,
right.
That was the game of the year so far.
But what's crazy is both of those. But what's crazy is both of those have
pretty good defenses.
Pretty decent, but they had no answers for each other. Defense. Yeah, they had no answers for each other.
It's hard to stop that duo of running backs they have in Cleveland.
Yep.
And Herbert looks like a man possessed right now.
He looks, and I hate these comparisons, but like the pure passer in him, especially at a young age, he looks Marino-ish. To me, he's just got such a pure pass, and it's just on the money.
One of the guys said, I don't remember who it was. It might have been Drew Brees. And he was like, when he throws the ball, it seems like the ball speeds up as it's in the air.
Yes.
And it's like,
good take, Brees.
What did you just say to me?
It's like that spiral it just cuts through the air. And I just I don't want to sit around and like circle jerk about this man's passing ability or
I absolutely hate it. But he looks incredible.
No. It just looks very. I mean, hell, even a little bit like Breeze-esque. Like in a way, like you just know.
And he's got some height. And he's got mobility. And he's got some mobility.
And you just know it's going to get to his receiver, and then it just becomes a play on the ball. But I love watching Herbert throw. I really do. Let's jump on over Baltimore Indy.
Yep, last night's game.
Fantastic ending.
Bro, what happened?
Let me cut y'all off for just 1 minute. The Lions have just lost 2 back-to-back games with 50-yard field goals. One of those was a 66-yard field goal, first time in NFL history. Let's talk about these Baltimore Ravens and in the
so bad for
Indianapolis
the
Colts.
Lions fans. Lee. Respect, bro.
Yes.
I'm going through it too right now.
On a week where everyone missed field goals, everyone missed extra points, like it was the wildest thing I've ever seen.
Just not in Detroit.
They're just cursed, man.
Just not in Detroit.
They're
not in Detroit.
Yeah. They're destined to
lose, man. Or in Green Bay.
Yeah,
Green Bay was able to sneak one out.
Hey, even the Bengals were missing field goals too. But
he hit the flag and he celebrated. It was like.
Bro, this isn't Mario. This isn't Mario. Yeah.
I was the closest.
Yeah, bro.
I hit the flag that counted for something.
I hit the flag, man. I was the closest. And basically, you're not going to give me 3. All right.
Yeah, he thought it was Mario and game over. He jumped on the flag. He jumped on the flag. He thought
it was closer than these guys.
Yeah.
I still don't get any points from it. Yeah. Hey, big shout out to everyone that hit a field goal. And again, next week, we're not going to see an aberration like that. It's hard to kick these field goals. We all know that.
This Baltimore game, the way it started off, Indy jumped out early.
Bro, defense was locking it down.
Halftime, it was just a low scoring, like defensive battle, and I was like, man, this is gonna be an interesting game. Like, the first half, I was like, this is not going the way I expected. I expected Baltimore to come out and do
400 yards.
Yeah.
Like
from a running back.
Second half, that running back looks dang good. I will say that.
Running back's got an arm on him, doesn't he?
The running back.
Wentz played good too, though.
Wentz looks good. They did look good.
He had like 300 plus yards. Lamar had 400. Bro,
Wentz actually looked like Wentz
so what
for the
happened?
First time in a long time.
I think what happened was like Lamar got like 300 yards in like the fourth quarter because like the Ravens weren't there the whole game, and they're like, oh, hold on, we're supposed to win this, and then the fourth quarter happened. The Lamar like woke up, put his towel over his head.
Yeah, they're saying him
it's
doing
like Hoodie Mello.
Is the LeBron? I mean, the Tom Brady when he sits on the bench, kind of like with the scowl, like you don't want to see that. So right now, Lamar Jackson 5th in passing yards in the NFL.
Bang!
8th in rushing yards.
Bang!
So him by himself, they showed it. I think he's like 4th in the league just off what he's doing in total yards. There was like I think 3 other teams ahead of him. Him by himself was 4th overall.
He's a Madden player. He's a Madden creative player right now.
Yes, exactly. In that game,
it's absurd.
The first quarterback in NFL history to complete 85% passes in a 400-yard game.
Yeah, he only missed like 5 passes.
Highest completion
out of like 40, what, 43?
In a 40-pass game.
This is the game that for Madden players, speaking of that, they're going to say the game is rigged. They're going to say the roster's broke. The game is broke. The game's against them. It's on all Madden. I'm getting cheated because this running back is throwing for 400 on 85%.
Franchise record 442 pass yards. And overcame the largest deficit of his NFL career of 19.
I mean, really,
but
one of the pass Flacco.
But listen, one of the biggest stats, though.
It's a great accomplishment.
But one of the biggest stats, though, that we could take away from this game is that they didn't beat the Steelers' rushing record. They're tied, 43 and 43. You know what I mean?
They got time.
They're gonna have to restart. They're back at 0.
I will say this: Tyler Dreger.
Tyler, big shout out.
That's the last time you're ever going to hear me praise the running back.
Until next week when he does it again.
He's still a bum.
I'm not going to lie. They didn't start doing anything until we started talking crap, though. Until we started talking crap.
Oh.
So in the group chat
for him.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So if anything, yeah, you are welcome.
We're your National Haters United. Yeah. We take credit for the things y'all do because we know Lamar Jackson's listening to this podcast.
Oh, we know you're listening.
We know he's listening.
But no, like what's crazy is like I'm not like a Lamar hater. You know what I mean? I do think he needed to work on his mechanics of his throw. But right now,
he looks incredible right now. His
right now is
on point.
It's looking good, man.
Lamar,
you can't hate on it because the man.
The only thing,
no one else just did it. He's all alone. You know,
he's all alone. The only thing is, again, he's had a gun.
He's always had a.
He always overthrows his receivers.
Strong
is the problem.
arm, but not an accurate.
Right.
The accuracy has been the issue, but he's always had a slinger on that thing.
Yeah.
The accuracy's only been the issue.
But that fourth quarter comeback to go into overtime to go and win that game,
which I will take accountability for because last podcast I just said Lamar 2 minutes fourth quarter. I just don't have faith in him. I know, and then. You know what? It's against Indy. I still don't have faith in it.
Well, banged up secondary. Both their starting corners were out.
Make excuses for me.
I got you.
Well, no, they got hurt during the game.
Right.
They were doing good until they got hurt.
And once they went out, Brown was just running right past them. They were biting on every little double move.
The first play he got out and they put in the other guy. The first play they came out and
he put in the double move.
Yeah,
right
and
off
just
rip.
touchdoang.
And just
bang.
I was like,
and I'm like, wow.
All right.
How do you not put a safety over the top when you know?
Stupid.
You brought in this.
Stupid.
The biggest takeaway about Lamar Jackson to this point in his career is that he's an MVP and that the only thing that anybody ever hangs over his head, any of his haters, are playoff success. And so that already lets you know that he's on a certain
It
tier
went from he can't make the playoffs
of stardom.
And then he made the playoffs, and then it went, well, now you can't get out of the first round.
Yeah, now show me in the playoffs. Show me in the playoffs.
Critics, bro. Critics.
Yeah, critics.
They're going to find something to hate on.
Yep.
Exactly. So
you're not tall enough. You're not short enough.
I'm right there with
the playoffs.
Yeah. That's what happens when we wear that purple, man.
So that's actually a big compliment to his start on there. So let's move on. All right, week 6. Josh, you want to talk about 3 specific games. Lay them on out for me. Chargers in Baltimore to start.
We go right from Baltimore to Baltimore because now this is a huge test for both these teams.
Is this not arguably the most marquee game this week?
I think this is the game of the week
for a fan of football. For no dog in the race. It's like I want to see
2 of the top.
What happened?
MVP.
Top AFC
you got what? You got Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You got Lamar right now.
Herbert, Murray.
Some would say Dak.
I guess you could say Dak. You got 5. Yeah, we could go there. We could go there.
I just don't.
He'll get talked just for the star in the helmet, but I don't know. I just don't like
the Cowboys' schedule enough yet. Again, I'm going to put him on, not on Lamar's status, but like in the playoffs.
He's balling. He's balling. We'll give him that.
Certainly
we'll put him there. We'll put him there. We'll put him there. Right now, we'll put him there. Those 5 right now. But two of them are playing each other right now.
Exactly.
This game here is a huge game in the AFC. I think is Baltimore. They're still are they no because everyone lost, so they're still not
they got one loss to the Raiders.
Baltimore's favored by it's less than 3 though.
So is Baltimore on top of the division?
So it's probably just because they have a home field.
So Cleveland's on top.
Should be. Well, I don't know. They're going to be tied.
So this could be for the top of the division. I mean, because they're both again division and division. They should be on top or tied for the top in the case of the Baltimore Ravens. Huge AFC implications. I mean, because these matter for the positioning. And
they're both in tough games right now. Cleveland too, which we'll talk on that. But they're both in tough games, man.
Yeah,
they both need them right now to keep that. There's no room for air. There's no room for air because we just talked about it.
It's only week 5.
KC, like you said, KC.
I'm sorry, week 6.
KC's going to come back.
And it already matters.
We assume KC's going to come back and make some kind of charge.
I certainly assume
you got the Titans. Assuming they win their division, but if the Colts can get something goes right over there, don't count them out. But you got that division locked. Then you got the Bills. You got that division locked. Then you're gonna have the Chargers, which they're looking like they're
right now. They're gonna run away with it.
So
they're gonna have a lock.
Now your wild card spots, you're gonna have Cleveland Ravens.
The Chargers must have saw week 5 coming when in week 4 they decided to just throw it in the end zone against KC because their field goal kicker couldn't kick a point after, and they're like, we already know what's gonna happen, and so we're just not even gonna do it.
So with this game, I don't know where you guys are at, but Baltimore has been in so many dog fights.
They have.
Chargers too.
It's gonna catch up. I don't know if it's been the way. I feel like Chargers looked good. More of their games than the Ravens have looked good in their
They were in a dogfight against the Browns, and then before that,
the Chiefs?
Against the Chiefs.
The Chargers, to me, have looked better.
The Ravens were in a dogfight against the Raiders. What's that say?
And the Chargers didn't. What's that say? So
the Bears are about to be on an onslaught of 2 games against the Packers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the 49ers, and I'm not happy about any of this.
Sounds good.
I'm not happy. I'm going to take down the 49ers and your Pittsburgh Steelers, and the rest are going to be L's.
Listen, hold on. Let's
talk about
you're going to take your 6-3 loss like a man. That's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do.
You got the hardest schedule. I think that's already been put out there. And
we're talking about
the third hardest
we're playing backup quarterbacks. We're playing backup quarterbacks, bro.
I'm playing Rodgers twice.
Chargers Ravens.
Chargers Ravens, boys. Come on.
I'm sorry. We already talked about
that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Chargers Ravens.
I'm taking the Chargers in this one.
Just because of your division, or because you think they're going to win?
Ideally, I'd love them to lose because it's division.
Right.
But I just think they are the better looking team right now. They look good. They're playing hot. Herbert is on fire. Mike Williams has been balling.
I don't even remember who I picked on my sheets. I think I switched this game. I don't remember.
It is kind of a coin flip game. I could see both. I wouldn't be surprised by any, but I do see Chargers pulling out with this one.
Where are you at, Tori?
Yeah. I'm just going to ride the Lamar Jackson high right now. I think he's playing out of his mind. I think this is the type of season that you want. Everyone's really wanted to see from Lamar. And he's come through week after week after week. He's got the rushing. He's got the passing. He's got the arm. He's got the touchdowns. It's and Baltimore's winning at this moment. And until I just think there's a little bit more room for Chargers to grow at this moment. Again, we were talking about last year. It's like this season, look out, because all those guys were hurt last year. And now they're not. And we already saw the promise that Herbert has. And again, we just spent a whole lot of time just talking about how great this man might be and how beautiful of a ball he throws and how accurate it is. I think right now it's one of those where he's going to look across the field and he's got a Ravens defense to look at. And there's just one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league.
The Ravens defense doesn't scare me, though.
I don't think the Chargers are going to be ready for it.
I don't think the Ravens defense
I think it'll be
scare anybody anymore. They're not the Ravens defense of old.
It's really a coin flip game. Honestly, I'll probably get in my car after this and just be you know what,
man,
dude?
I really
Herbert and Eckler, I don't know, man. But at this moment, as we make this podcast, I'm going to go Lamar Jackson, and I'm going to go with what that offense has been able to do this year, which is impressive. Lamar Jackson's been impressive. He's kind of turning himself into a Russell Wilson type. I don't want to say he is that, because Russell Wilson's a whole other game-changing, game-breaking quarterback himself. But if Lamar can be this guy for the rest of his career, hell, man, that's
an incredible
terrifying.
career if he can keep this up.
Right.
Incredible career. Devin,
And he's
so
just
where you at?
he's just a better runner. And like
We
I
got
want to,
Chargers, we got Baltimore. Split us
yeah.
up.
And I do
Ty?
believe, like we said, is it's a toss up, man. And I
Big
do
time.
believe the Chargers take this. That's not just no hate on the Ravens,
Right.
because I'm not even a big Ravens hater, even though they're in my
You've
division.
said that before, where
And
you're
There's a certain amount of respect. You guys see them enough, and you
Yeah.
know it. You look forward to that game.
And like I said, I
because
was
you know it's gonna
actually
be good.
being a Hurricane, growing up, seeing Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and all them. So at the end of the day,
There's love over there.
but I do see the Chargers taking it. I do think in my sheets when we ran two of them, I do think I just flipped them because it could go either way, man. If I will say, Baltimore cannot start like they did because
you're
the
not
Chargers
going
won't let
down.
up. The Chargers won't let up
Chargers
on
will
them.
put up 28.
So they have to be in the game the whole game.
The Ravens start out that.
Yeah.
You do not want to start off down like
Right.
14-0
Exactly.
against the Chargers.
But I do believe that's a great game. That's a great game, and I can't wait to watch that one for sure.
That's a game to watch. That if your team was already on or it's on later, you
Right.
have that game.
Yeah.
Or if it
You
was
watch that one.
if
You
it
look
was
forward to that one?
the team in Vegas
Jump
on one of them bandwagons. Yeah.
They got an interim head coach, so it's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? I'll just end it on this note. I guess what I'm leaning towards is I trust Baltimore's pedigree at this moment for being a playoff team.
Yeah.
MVP.
I think that's where
Is
I'm
Herbert
at.
an MVP? I only see one MVP.
But again, Chargers could start getting their first playoff experience this year.
Yep.
And so-
most
and I-
def.
I
I see that. I don't see them not.
And again, I'm trying to take the lightning bolt off of the helmet because the Chargers have a long-standing history of just being 9-7, 10-6, maybe
have,
playoff, maybe not, having a really good, solid team, and then just not coming through and just not getting.
They're
out of the
very.
first round
I'm
and
not going to
just
say
letting
as
me
much
down.
as the Falcons, but a Falcon-esque type of finding ways to lose.
Right. California
And so
Falcons.
This
Like
is-
they find
Yeah.
ways to lose
this
games.
is a whole
Right.
different interpretation.
Dude, I watched them basically
And so I'm willing
run
to shake
LaDainian
that off.
Tomlinson into the ground for
Yes.
nothing.
like the Titans are doing with Henry.
Right. Yeah.
At least they still can win their division. And
I
get
think
the
we're about to
playoffs
see
and
a
fail.
new era of Chargers football.
Yes.
I'm willing
100%.
to let
100%.
past
Bet on
days
that.
go.
Bet on that.
Bet on that. All right, so let's move on to Joe Stumper. You got yourself a game, man. You're starting to
Big
talk
challenge.
on our Facebook page. You're saying I'm not so sure about this one. Arizona at Cleveland. Cleveland's got the home field advantage, but I tell you what, fellas, to start us off, I'm going to go Arizona.
And we kind of hit on this. It's a ball control
Not
team.
a knock on Cleveland. I'm just going to go Arizona.
It's a ball control team where the Browns want to just get the ball, run it down your throat, kill the clock.
Yeah, they got two running backs, so they
yes.
can easily
and
do that.
both of them can break it at any point. Like
You get 20. You get
They
20 carries. Just
punish
back
your
and
team.
forth.
They
20 passes, 25 yards.
the part that
25 points.
scares me is Baker.
Certainly.
I'm not sold on him at all, and he's not looked great. He can't find OBJ for whatever reason. Like him and
Yeah.
Odell are not.
He misses
Two
Landry.
weeks ago, he
misses
it
Landry.
was good.
like
It hasn't been consistent at all.
right.
Again,
they're
still.
not clicking. They don't seem to be able to come together. Whatever it is, like you said.
Yeah,
Dan.
he likes your boy. He likes your boy from Michigan, Peoples Jones. That's
Yeah.
who he really is
Donovan
looking for.
Peoples-Jones been going
He's
for
so
it, and
fast,
Joku had a
that's
nice
why.
game.
Yeah.
Like they had a couple people that were doing what they needed to do.
He likes the tight end from Miami,
Yeah,
Njoku. Yep.
Shout out to Travis, because Travis has been, like, in personal conversations, he's been like Peoples Jones, man.
Down people jump.
Guys, like since,
when they drafted
since
him
last season, he's been like Peoples Jones. Look out, that guy's a burner, and if you can get on the ball,
Yeah.
and like you said,
He likes him, man. They miss Landry though. He misses
Yeah.
Landry. That
Landry's that
was
security blanket.
that was Baker's guy.
He's that whenever you need that first down kind of guy. You know he's gonna be. He has no problem going across the middle.
he's huge.
He'll take those hits
He's
and
athletic.
hold on to the ball. He really, like I said, he really misses that. He needs that kind of guy
Yeah.
back. And
he
then
looked good in a Bears helmet.
you got the
Anyways,
the Cardinals. Just are they like kind of the opposite? They're just a running gun, throwing the ball. They're throwing it to the running back.
Shotgun, spread you out.
Their receivers are all doing something right now. All the receivers look good.
Yeah, all of them.
Moore's looking good. You got
Hopkins,
who.
And then don't forget Green. And
Kyler actually has time this season.
Right.
Yeah, he has a good center, but his center just got hurt.
Yes.
Well, I take that back.
Yeah.
He's about to not have
we don't
time.
know how serious of an injury and anything like that. What I've read, I haven't seen anything as far as them saying how serious of an injury it is. But I know he did get hurt.
Yeah.
But this game, like,
what a bad trade, or they were going to
release him, so at least they got something for him.
Yeah, just let Matt go, let Hudson go. That's crazy.
Great move by Raiders.
GM coach
and coach there.
Yeah. It was like Belichick. All right, we're gonna release Gilmore. Oh, hey, hold up, no, Ving.
Let me get
what was it? A 5th round pick,
a 6th round pick in 2023.
Come on,
there's
man.
not another team that was like, hey, I'll give you a 5th.
Dude, I would have gave you a 3rd.
Thank you.
I would have gave you a 3rd.
Like, it blew me away. I'm like, how?
And even Gilmore is like, I don't know. Maybe I won't play.
Smart
All right,
move.
I guess.
Smart move for the Panthers.
Right.
Because they know if he goes to free agency,
for the Panthers.
If he hits free agency, there's a great chance of him coming to Tampa.
Because Sam Darnold is looking a little bit Sam Darnold.
He's being forced to do more than he should be doing.
And so if Gilmore can be on the other side, give him
that defense.
Keep that score a little lower for him.
It's crazy what McCaffrey can do to an offense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
When he's healthy.
And he'll be healthy again. Calm down.
Got to be.
Nonsense.
So who do you have in this game, though?
And this one,
Yeah, you've been stalling long enough, Josh.
I know. I'm trying to overanalyze so I can collect my own thoughts because this is, to me, a coin.
He just hit you with the injury report.
But I'm going Arizona. I think Arizona being the better offense is going to win this, and I'm not confident in Baker Mayfield. That's my biggest thing is Baker. He scares me.
Devin.
I almost want to go Arizona, not because y'all talked me into it, just because of how they spread you out, and it's going to be hard for them to cover.
It's hard not to go Cleveland.
I'm going with the run game. I'm going with the run game of Cleveland, man. Mm-hmm. I'm going with the run game of Cleveland, and I think Clowney and Garrett. I think Clowney and Garrett. If Chandler Jones isn't there, that's going to be a big. That's going to be a big loss.
That is a big loss for that defense.
But their secondary is great, and I think they could stop whatever Baker Mayfield tries to do downfield, and you just got to stop the run game. So now, are you going to overload the box and try to let Baker beat you?
That's what I would do, personally.
That's what I would do as well. But can you stop the run even if you do that?
You can stack the box. Those two boys go off on you.
Chubb is an animal, and like we seen last night, the comparison, dude, Chubb's fast. He's a big boy and fast. So is Jonathan Taylor. Bro, he caught that pass last night, and he went off, bro. And they're like, yeah, dude, this man's like, what? 200 meter just legend. So
230-something pounds, and he's running like that. Is incredible.
Past everybody. Those are two different animals. And then Hunt, that change of pace, just catching out. I'm going to go with the Browns, but I believe both of those games, I went toss-up. And
these are
toss-up on both games.
If the Ravens win, I want whoever I paired up with the Ravens to win. And if the Chargers won, I want whoever I paired up with the Chargers to win. So that's kind of how I'm looking at that game. Me looking forward, I really rather see the Ravens and the Browns both lose. That's what I really want. And then you have the Steelers.
Why would that be good for you?
Because then you have the Steelers come in Sunday night against Seattle.
And Geno Smith.
Geno who?
Where are you at on that game? How confident are you in this Steelers team? Now you're down Juju. Not that he's done.
Did you just see who we just picked up? Anthony Miller. What? Game changer. Yeah. Game changer. So we're about to have Washington back.
Juju's out for the season. Not that he's done anything for you this season. But still, I feel like that's a distraction on the field for the other team.
Is it? Is it a distraction?
Is it more of a distraction on the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Is it? I feel like when he's on the field, you have to make sure you know where he's at.
We know where he's at now.
Madden curse.
Yeah.
Behind the camera.
Yeah.
Madden curse.
TikTok. Yeah. Hey. So we got. I hope Claypool comes into his own. Najee Harris he was battling some cramps because they're just playing every snap with him. We still need to make our defensive line get healthier. We need Tuitt to come back.
We just had an injury there too. Bush went out.
Bush has been coming in. He's been coming and going.
Week after week.
But see, we brought in Schobert. But we brought Schobert in, and Schobert's been doing great. If Watt stays healthy, we'll be fine. We got Highsmith over there. But our secondary, Pierre keeps getting burnt, which is the corner, and then Fitzpatrick, man, he's biting. He's biting.
I
so
feel like
we
he's
can't.
trying to come up and stop the run too much.
So
and he needs
what we need to do,
patient.
stop Seattle run game. Don't let Geno Smith beat us, which for some reason we always have problems with second string quarterbacks. And
if Carson is healthy and plays, I feel like that'll obviously is going to increase the chance for Seattle.
you still got Metcalf and Lockett, man.
That's the big thing. But I don't. Geno doesn't have the same connection with Lockett.
Yeah.
That Russell Wilson has.
But Metcalf is a different animal too.
But Metcalf's just
we
a
just need to
beast, man.
double him up and just lock him
He's just an
away,
absolute monster.
or
man.
take him out, whatever. But of course, I got my Steelers in that game.
I just hope Ben Roethlisberger is still playing when the Bears play them, because then that's a win. But if you guys put in Haskins, then I think, it's a whole different story. It's a whole different offense. But right now, I love what I'm seeing from the Steelers offense because it's not good.
I won't tell Corey that you bet me money on that game.
I bet you might.
You're going to, because you sound really confident.
So
you sound really confident in that
what
game.
you're saying is Pittsburgh's going to win?
Against Seattle and the Bears.
Oh, you sound really confident.
Yeah, super confident in both those games. Who are y'all starting? Nick Foles?
Maybe.
Possibly. That's
not
what
my
I'm saying.
call.
Yeah, I'm super confident in that.
Where
yeah.
are you at on this one, there, Mr.
For somehow we have a quarterback controversy between Trubisky and Foles and Glennon.
Andy Dalton. They'd probably actually be smart to put Andy Dalton in there because he's beat us before.
That's why I'm confident.
Yeah.
Justin
He knows
Fields is going to do
Yeah, he just zone, eat us alive.
Pittsburgh. What's up, Josh?
That A+ analysis.
Yeah.
Man, we'll dive deep into that.
Dude,
one.
you don't got to sell something that sells
Look,
itself.
Big Ben might be older Matt Ryan, but it's still Big Ben and Matt Ryan versus Geno Smith. And I still trust Pittsburgh. I still trust Mike Tomlin. I still trust what little running game they have. And I've never once in my life
What
trusted-
little run game we have? We just went over 125 yards rushing.
Yeah, but
Sell that.
you better this week.
I hope so.
I said you better.
More run, less pass.
Seattle's defense doesn't scare me at all.
Nope.
They're
No.
bad.
Geno.
And a Geno-led Seahawks doesn't scare me either.
No.
And you're in Pittsburgh.
If this was Russell Wilson and they were healthy, I would pick Seattle 100 times.
I would
If this
toss
was,
up. I would toss up that game
If
for
this
sure.
was Ryan Fitzpatrick on the Seattle Seahawks, we might have something to talk about here. If this was the great Gardner Minshew, we might have something to talk about here. Geno just hasn't vaulted into that legendary status
Nor
of
will he.
QB yet. With those two fellas, to where it's any given Sunday, like for real.
Right.
These guys might pull it out. Shout out to Geno though for
Geno
still being in the
looked
league. Like he's held himself a job for
He
years.
looked very Jameis-esque to me, where he had one drive where he looked good and one drive where
Jameis
he
looked
looked
very
just bad.
Jameis-esque this week too.
We need some interceptions, and it's
could
in
be the guy to
Pittsburgh.
get
I'm
it
banking
to
on Pittsburgh. I'm banking on our defense, and I'm banking on a second string quarterback. Put your money on it.
I'll give you all that.
Not ours. No, I wouldn't bet on none of ours quarterbacks. Any of them.
I agree. Pittsburgh
Right.
Yeah.
should win this.
I mean,
because
dude, when I'm right, I'm right. You know,
That'd be
hoping they don't
amazing. I
either.
hope
Yeah.
they don't.
I would love a Geno Smith
I really hope
win.
Baltimore wins, and I really kind of hope the Chargers win too, even though that's impossible. But I really hope Baltimore wins, and I hope the Steelers lose. But I got Pittsburgh and Baltimore
Whatever, dude.
both winning this year.
I don't know why you say that thing. It's like, isn't your mom a Steelers fan? And you just
Yeah, I hope she loses. You know what she just saw last week? The Steelers lose to Green Bay, my dad's team, in Green Bay. You saw
2 weeks
that
ago.
too, but you
2
weren't
weeks
there.
ago. 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I'm still on the last.
Yeah, we won. We're on a winning streak.
week. Yeah, 1-0.
What
That's
is that?
awesome. So am I.
Yeah, winning
what
streak.
is that?
Yeah,
You know who's on
We
a
still
winning
have
streak right
record.
who is on a winning streak right now?
now? Them Georgia Bulldogs.
Hey! Who's number one in the nation? Them Georgia Bulldogs.
Hey, so
Oh man.
when you say Georgia Bulldogs, I mean we're just bringing up everybody, right? Because we just want the team that beats Bama. That's what we all want, right?
the whole nation is together on this.
Yeah.
That's the thing. All right, Josh, hold on real quick because we do got to hit on all of it. Josh, read us the rankings this season because I feel like a lot of people
Start
out of
with
there
two. Start with two.
are feeling. No, start with one. Give us our proper due.
Yeah.
Give us our respect.
So I don't know how far into this we want to go. Maybe
Just go to like 10.
We'll do a top 10.
Yeah, let's do 10.
obviously you got the
Go
Georgia
Dogs.
Bulldogs, the undefeated Georgia Bulldogs, sitting there number 1.
Under the arm of Stetson Bennett.
And then you got the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Hawkeyes,
Lucky.
baby.
Iowa lucky Hawkeyes.
Black and yellow. Let's go.
Yeah.
Call it what you will, Devin, but
But they're number 2.
They beat a ranked Penn State team and
Yeah, lost their quarterback.
Hey, next man up.
Play
Don't
who's
they
ahead of
always
you.
say?
Yeah.
then Cincinnati.
It was a lucky break. Cincinnati
at
Bearcats.
number 3.
What if they get knocked off by UCF?
Let's go. Hey, let's go UCF.
Knights.
I feel like that's
Trap game.
the worst
It is,
number
though.
3
It
team
really is.
Yeah.
since like USF was.
What are you talking
number
about?
2
Coastal
back
Carolina.
a couple years
Let's
ago.
go.
Maybe you just
Chandeliers.
came off, you're feeling
Chandeliers,
yourself,
right?
number
Chandeliers.
Hey, the chandeliers.
We got to say chandeliers until they lose, man.
No, the Chanticleers.
Chanticleers.
You're wrong.
It doesn't matter who they are.
Doesn't matter who they are because
Yeah.
they're still not in the top
The
10.
Shanties,
Yeah.
the sea
Number
shanties.
4, you got Oklahoma.
Bums.
Boomer
come
Sooner.
on.
They got a
bums.
little quarterback controversy
Yeah,
going
Patrick
on over
Mahomes. Generic Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes Jr. over here throwing
Q-tip
a
Patrick
fit.
Mahomes, yeah.
The future Alabama quarterback.
They
Then
said he might transfer to Miami.
Hey, there you go.
No, we don't want him.
Who's your
You don't need
source?
a quarterback.
No, the
Miami fan group.
yeah. Don't you worry about what I got going on.
Then you got Alabama at number
Come
5.
on.
Yeah,
They lost to
They
an
lost to an unranked team.
yeah.
And they barely beat Florida.
Like,
Come on.
insane.
Kentucky should be
Listen,
above them.
Real quick cut off. Everyone knows, look, Alabama is Alabama.
Yes.
They got the talent. They got the 5-star recruiting. They got the coaching staff. They got the pedigree. That's why they're 5. That's why they didn't fall further.
You know
They
why
have
they're
the best
5?
coach. They have the best talent. They have probably the best coordinators.
No, you know why they're 5?
That's why they're there.
No, I'll
Because
tell you why
they
they're 5.
lost.
No, I'll tell you why they're 5. Of course, because they lost.
Okay.
But because we
Otherwise they'd be 1.
because we already know what they're going to do to Mississippi State,
Yikes.
and I just
Bloodbath.
so bad, so bad, dude.
Feel bad
tell you
for
what,
them
Bro,
already.
they're gonna have like an awesome defense just show out of nowhere, like that hasn't showed out like
Has there
all
ever
year.
been 100 points scored in a game?
Yeah.
48 got dropped
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah,
To Texas
yeah,
A&M.
I feel bad for them. So who's number? What did you say?
So
Number?
we got Alabama at 5.
Continue.
No, Alabama 5. Yep,
And they got the Ohio State Suckeyes at 6.
they're above Michigan.
Somehow.
Still, baby.
That's crazy.
All right, come on, move on.
Now you got the Penn State at
Let's
7.
say it.
With a lot,
Nittany.
they're above Michigan too.
I do everything my Penn State like a Nittany lion.
Now you have
Facts.
number 8 at Michigan.
What?
Michigan. Go.
So you
Let's
have
go.
1,
Big M.
2, 3.
5 1-loss teams.
3 teams with a loss ahead of them. They're undefeated, and you have 3 teams with a loss ahead of
And
them.
then what? You got
Michigan-
9.
Michigan is who we thought they have always been.
Hey, what?
Number 9 is Oregon.
Number 9, 1
Let's
loss.
go Ducks. Come on.
Now you
Stanford.
have Michigan State at
Them
10.
unis.
And then you got Michigan State, no losses. They hating on Michigan right now. Michigan State,
Number
Central
11, I'm only going to go 11 for this reason.
Do it.
Arizona
Because number
State
11 team is Kentucky,
Bang!
who plays Tory.
is
your
gonna knock off
Bulldogs.
Georgia. Gonna knock off Georgia. Basketball came early, son. Oh, what up, man? Hey.
Is this the week?
We're
Yeah.
known for football. They're
yeah,
not.
yeah. Well,
Basketball.
I've seen stranger things.
Another story.
I'm going to ask both of you, do they have a chance?
Who?
A legitimate chance? Because, of course, they have a
Certainly,
chance.
they're a ranked
Everybody
team.
has a chance. Do they have a legitimate chance of beating Georgia?
Where's the game at?
That's a very good question. Well, I want to say it's in Athens.
Oh, it doesn't matter where the game's at.
Because it's college game day, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Georgia by 30.
There we go. Thank you, Charles. Thank you,
Yeah,
Charles.
Georgia by 30. It's probably going to be like 30-7.
This season, this particular season, we were talking about this a little bit on the Facebook group fan page, Shirts and Skins podcast. Look us up, join in the conversation, please do. There's just good banner on there. There's just good arguments being made all the time too. This season, we're not there yet because
I mean, we're there.
it was
We're
a
in this season.
Probably
We're in
like-
the season.
probably like we'll never have. It's feeling a little 2007-ish.
No, we don't know what's going on.
Not at all. And
Yeah.
the teams that you just read off, how long has it been since they've been ranked in the top 10?
How long has Harbaugh been at Michigan? Like
This many
10
Too
years?
long.
This many Big Ten teams representing
I'm saying.
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the SEC. They're taking over.
Bro, the Big
Like,
Ten is about to be the
Expansion's
all 10.
here, baby. The
Especially
all
lately.
10.
Lately, it's been like Wisconsin's in there. Ohio
Yeah.
State's always
And
there.
Wisconsin's trash. Nebraska's trash.
Like, Wisconsin usually is the one that's there.
Yeah.
Like, they're not in there. Like I said, to have Michigan State up there,
Ballers.
been forever.
Sparty.
Since old Sparty's been around.
Yeah.
Penn State's always kind of in the running. Lately, Michigan hasn't been in the running. Iowa to be number 2.
Black and yellow, baby. Black and yellow, baby.
Cincinnati 3.
Cincinnati
3. Go Bearcats.
Yeah.
Next to whatever USF was 2, this is one of the worst
What?
high ranking teams.
Yeah, which
ever.
they got robbed. They should have been 1.
This is all wild. So that's what I'm saying is
Insane
I'm not going to
right
write
now.
off Kentucky, but we should beat them by 30.
Yeah, it's 37-7, 30, 40
Can I
to
just say that, like, real
10.
quick? So I don't know if you guys probably didn't. Probably no one else but me
I will.
watched it.
No, I did. I always watch
the
it.
press conference.
No, I didn't
from-
watch
from
that.
Georgia.
No.
Definitely not.
Kirby Smart went on there, and
What do you say?
we're number 1, and he walks up there on the podium, and instead of talking about us being number 1, the very first question was, "Do you think you can beat Alabama with Stetson Bennett?"
That's
The
because
look on
Georgia.
Kirby's face, he was like, "This conversation's over. This whole press
Yeah.
conference,
We're on to the Wildcats. We're
out
on to
the window.
Kentucky.
I am not here for
Alabama,
this.
even with 1 loss, is still the number 1 team.
No, they're the number 5 team.
They're still number 1. It doesn't matter what it says next to their name. They're number 1.
No, so it was like a fluke loss.
So whenever they play Georgia, how confident are you? Because they're going to meet up in the SEC championship game.
I'm
Unless
more
you lose
confident
to
now that I
Kentucky.
saw what Texas A&M did, and how Florida almost snuck that one. out.
And honestly,
And they're just not the same team.
that Georgia D-line is a different animal, and that's how you win games, right?
Those linebackers, that
Yeah.
secondary.
Yeah, that's just
Unreal.
it's
I
sickening.
will say
It's
Bama
sickening.
doesn't seem to have the same
Unreal.
firepower
Yeah.
this year that they've had for the past 5-10 years.
I don't.
It's a lot of new. Like they've had a lot of people come back, even though they'll lose like a wideout or they'll lose a quarterback or the whatever. But it's like they had years of people sitting there.
Yes.
Even with Mac Jones, and now this guy is just a second
Tua,
year sophomore.
Mac.
Yeah.
Sam
Hurts.
Yeah, Sam Bradford, right?
No,
No, he's OU. What am I thinking?
Yeah, that was like.
Yeah,
hold
no,
on.
that was
Oh, yeah.
that was for
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, your
Hurt-
Tua's
Your Hurts, your Mac Jones.
your Hurts. That's what
yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah.
of. Hurts.
He went to Oklahoma. Then you had your Tua. Then you had Mac Jones. Now you have this guy. I think he's like a sophomore, maybe even a freshie.
This guy's just had it's such a high bar.
But their defense isn't as good. Their defense isn't as
The
good.
whole
as
team.
what- Yeah,
Isn't as good as what they have been,
Yeah.
but they're still
greatly coached.
one of the best teams
Yeah,
in the
huge,
country.
big,
Okay,
athletic.
they're Alabama. They always have a 5-star recruiting class of all these 5-star caliber talent. So the
Yeah.
talent is there. But what I will say this,
Allegedly talented.
projected to be talent. But I mean,
Yeah.
like, come on.
Yeah, who knows?
Come on, Alabama's
Multiple
not
first-round
always
picks.
good,
Yeah.
but first in the AP every single year, wins the Natty every other year. They got the talent. It's not like they're starting a bunch of freshmen.
It's hard to say.
But what I will say this, and this goes from the NCAA. This also goes to the NFL, and Nick Saban, for as long as he's been a coach and for as many national titles as he's won, as long as he's been in Alabama, so not only do you end up losing these talented players to the NFL every single year, and you got to bring in new high school kids and get them brought up to speed into your system. And so you usually end up starting freshman or sophomore pretty early on. But what I will say is, if you're that great,
Are you talking about me?
I was looking at you.
Yeah.
So yes, if you're that great, if you win the national championship or if you win the Super Bowl,
That was last year.
the first thing you lose usually is one of your coordinators. Your offensive or your defensive coordinator
Right.
plucked.
Yeah.
Immediately. We're going to pay that guy $7 million instead of the $2 million that he's making on your roster. He's going to take it because now he wants to bring up a program on his own.
Right.
And so for as many coordinators as Saban has gone through, and for as many as the Belichick has gone through, McDaniels probably can't get a coaching job anywhere by now. But he's back there on the Patriots. They end up coming back. But I think that is what we're seeing right now. This particular year in Alabama is it's a different coordinating staff with different theories, and these guys just haven't been around, and now they're trying to implement a whole new system with all of these young kids.
And that's why he's 24-1 now, because he finally lost to one of his coordinators. Yeah.
Jimbo, baby!
And that's how you set that up.
Jimbo went back and he slammed down like a whole bottle of Boulet bourbon, and he just got it done. Lit up some stogies, you know. I was really hoping Kirby Smart was going to get that win on him. Jimbo beat us to it. Texas A&M, there's actually no better fitting story than Jimbo Fisher, of all people, getting it done against Nick Saban. Again, I'm not a Saban hater. I'm just saying, like, you know, this is history right here. Like, this is wild, right? 48. And the most beautiful thing about that Texas A&M kid, what's his name? I'm disrespecting him so hard by blanking on his name right now.
I don't even know.
That's the beauty of it. And he's just dropped, like, off his back foot, just slinging fades to these guys.
You know who didn't miss a field goal?
Money fades.
Texas A&M. Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Yeah. What a incredible game.
Yes.
How are you going to put 48 on any iteration of any Alabama team that there's ever been in the last 20 years?
And with the way they've been playing, Texas A&M I'm referring to, hasn't looked good at all.
No.
But boy, did they come up for that one. Like,
they lost to Mississippi State and they lost to Arkansas.
That's one thing about
and then they beat number 1, Bama.
That's
Saban.
That's one thing about college.
What?
College, it's hype, man.
You get
everyone's coming out for you. Everyone's coming out for you, man.
Like in Kentucky.
Yeah, they look. They want their fans to just run down and have that fan sweep the stadium and rush the stadium, and they want that, and it's a different energy. And that's one thing about college is you just don't know. That's why I'm taking Kentucky over them Bulldogs. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I got a little carried away.
So I seen Texas A&M got fined $100,000.
No one cares
for them charging the field.
So
that is the best $100,000, I guarantee.
Bro, do you see the security? You see the security officer like tackle the chick? She's trying to come run up on Saban, and the security officer was like, "Not today, Satan. Not today." It happens. Yeah, it happens. I mean, and I really don't know why they ever got rid of it. I understood like the whole field goal post thing, but now they like cemented them.
Safety.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Man, run the field, rush the courts, all that good
kids,
stuff. Even if you're not a kid, run it.
You learn now.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mistakes were made. You're gonna learn today.
Yeah.
My gosh, though, what a phenomenal game. I'm mad. Alabama, as I think the rest of the nation are, that they only dropped to 5. It's like they're still a playoff team. They're still going to make it.
I wasn't even surprised.
Iowa or Cincinnati or,
I'm surprised they're not 2.
That's exactly right in there. I'm surprised they weren't 2. Right? Like, it's a little frustrating because no one else gets treated the same way. But again, like we said, it's the coaching staff, the players, it's the pedigree. It's all. It's
if you win that much, you deserve.
In that way.
But Notre Dame wins. Not Notre Dame. Alabama wins. That's the difference.
You've earned the benefit of the doubt. They'll give you.
And one thing about football is, this year has just been crazy. Like you said, 2007 college, just even the NFL, the way we've seen, like there was so much hype around these teams, and we're just still not set on any teams. Even like we failed to mention
the NFL right now is the Arizona Cardinals.
And what?
Record-wise,
yeah.
Record-wise, like right now.
I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't even mention the Bucs, and they're your Super Bowl champs.
No, I did. I said they'd be in the Super Bowl.
No one knows what you said. But, they come back and they play Philly, and their secondary could let Philly come back and beat them. And we failed to mention them.
It could be a game. It shouldn't be, but it could be because of the way their defense is
just the way the NFL, college, my point is, it's going crazy. And where I'm headed with this is, Tori, it's almost your time to shine, buddy.
Tori's favorite time of the year.
So it's your time to shine. We got 2 games coming up on Tuesday. We got 2 games coming up. We got 2 games. We got 2 games coming up in basketball.
We're in the
Tuesday night.
We're in the beginning of football. Basketball hasn't even started, and this guy's still bringing up basketball.
Bro, this man's
stop. Like no.
Chicago beat his team. Georgia's number 1. And we got NBA coming back. Like, it's the most beautiful time of season that there's ever been in sports. We got Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, they're struggling against the Red Sox.
No, they just lost.
They just lost.
Oh, did they?
They just lost. They're out.
But you know what? The Yankees lost to the Red Sox. I'm happy about that. Sorry, Joe.
You know what we got? We do have tonight, right now, the Lightning
and Penguins
opening up. Just dropped the banner.
Dude, you work right over there. How'd you miss all that?
Let's go for this 3-peat.
You're literally looking at it.
Hey, I saw them come through the Stanley Cup, man. I was right there.
Hell yeah.
I was hoping they'd, throw it to me.
Both
are
going for that 3-peat, but
awesome.
NBA.
We got
Next
NBA
Tuesday?
coming in next Tuesday, so we'll bring that back
I don't know if
out.
I'm ready, but like I better get ready.
As
Yeah.
they start, we'll start. So it starts next Tuesday. Next Tuesday's pod, we will hit on this. We'll give our predictions.
go.
Me and Devin talked about this. I liked how we kind of did the sleeper picks.
Yeah.
I want to do a
Dark
sleeper
horse
pick
pick.
again.
So I have a sleeper team. I have my
We have
team.
bandwagon.
I have a bandwagon team.
Everyone's got a bandwagon.
Yeah, I have a
They
conference.
won't admit it, but
I have
we
a
all
West
got
Coast
one.
and an East Coast team. So I have like 4 teams.
Yeah.
then
You
if I
got
had
good
to-
odds.
I have really good odds. So I got like four horses in the race. I'm actually I'm
ahead of
ready.
the rest of
Yeah,
us,
I'm ready. I'm ready, man. Actually, I think all 4 of them play on Tuesday. And then I still got the Jazz.
You know?
And I got the Trailblazers. I'm looking good. That's 6. I got 6 teams in the race. How many NBA teams are there? Like 30?
Yeah.
We're
Get
good.
those numbers.
Yeah,
in.
we're
You better
good to
get
go.
16.
Yeah, we're
almost
good.
there.
Yeah, we're good to go.
the deck.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Didn't realize it was coming this quick. Honestly, I don't pay that much attention to NBA usually until Christmas.
Right. I mean, that's when everyone
I
starts.
mean, that's when I feel like it really.
And then it really heats up after the trade
Last
deadline.
month, I was really feeling like, damn, I really miss the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, and all of a sudden, we're like a week away, and I'm like, that's too soon. Oh, man, I don't know. Woo! We got too many sports going on.
I feel like it came quick,
Love it.
but
I love it too. I
we're starting to
love
get to
the
that
more
best time
sports.
of year where you have the baseball playoffs going on.
Hockey,
You got
basketball,
hockey
football,
kicking in. You
college.
got basketball kicking on. You like everything's
Bro,
coming
the
right
last
now. This
year,
is the
UFC
best.
cards, they're getting better
Yes.
because they fill these cards up just crazy.
We-
Which UFC, I just want to knock it real quick. We have
Real quick.
the first free pay-per-view UFC card coming on. It's in Abu Dhabi, and it's like
Done.
It's free. You have ESPN Plus. You can watch it. It's first time ever for the United States because it's going to be on at like 8, 9 in the morning.
Right.
We
So-
just wrapped up with one of the best heavyweight fights in recent memory.
So,
Wilder Fury 3.
question about that. I do want to speak on that.
Great time
Thank you
in
for bringing
sports
that
right
up.
now. Great time.
Was that one of the greatest heavyweight boxing
I
matches?
said best, not greatest.
Or is it because boxing has been down and the heavyweight side of it has been not really any great fights? So because that fight,
Strictly heavyweight.
Yeah,
Because
there's
that
been
fight-
definitely good fights and trilogies and
but they're hyping
Awesome
this one up to
fights.
say this is the best fight, the best trilogy.
I just ran down the stats with you.
Fury
What-
dominated the fight, but Wilder
Dominated.
did.
Connect with his power punches a couple
he knocked him
times.
down twice.
He got
Dropped.
tired
2 drops.
early on.
He won the one round
Bro,
to me.
there was 70 punches connected by Wilder. 70. And what? It went 10, 11 rounds?
Right.
Yeah.
If
So-
that's impressive to you,
Wilder won one round. He dominated
Was
the
it
one
not
round.
impressive
won.
he was still around that long? That's
But is
hard.
it though? Because Fury's not
no, it's
known
hard.
for-
It's a great. It was
Have you
a.
seen
I'm
the
not
size of
downplaying.
Fury? It's
listen,
all impressive.
I'm not
You can
downplaying.
stand up against that
Listen, I'm
guy.
not downplaying. I'm not downplaying the fight. I'm just saying, I've watched a lot of boxing
I
in my
feel like
time.
they hyped it up.
Go watch you some black and white
right.
boxing matches, and you'll be like,
No.
whoa,
That's
whoa,
why I
whoa,
said
whoa,
best
whoa.
in recent.
No,
Well,
recent,
I'm not
recently.
referring to you.
Recent.
But as I look through social media, this match is being hyped up as one of the greatest boxing matches, the greatest
No.
trilogy. Like, and I'm like,
Trilogy.
I don't even know if I can get the trilogy because the first fight was a good fight. The second fight, not a good fight.
Manslaughter.
The third fight, I don't think it was a good fight either because Fury did dominate.
Even Fury
majority of the
didn't
time.
even box like he was supposed to do.
I need to let it marinate a little bit more
but
before I go.
but I don't want to touch on this too much. But at the same time, there is some good boxing matches coming up, and this.
I'm super glad it happened because
I am
too
too.
many people don't even do a sequel,
So,
let alone.
are
go
you
through.
asking? Are you asking if I'm
That's what I'm
entertained?
excited about.
I was entertained.
I mean,
It was a great
It was
fight.
a good.
It was a great
entertaining
fight. But to say it was better than
It was a one-sided fight.
yeah,
That's my big.
that's what I'm saying.
Minus one round.
2 rounds, you give 2
where
rounds to Wilder,
If you're a Fury fan, you were nervous.
right?
But
You had a
past that-
10-7, you had a 10-7, and you had a 10-9 to Wilder. Every other round went to Fury.
You're
Yeah.
only worried about Fury going down one more time because that bomb.
He would have got right back up.
That one round when he got knocked down twice is the only time you were like, man,
Yeah.
you had to be nervous.
And if it's gonna go a few more rounds, who knows?
But you also know that
Yeah.
Wilder's legs weren't going to be there because
Nope.
Fury's game plan is to lean on him,
Yep.
put that 270-pound frame on him,
Which
and just wear him out.
a boxing fan would say that's boring. Oh, he's clinching and he's
But-
leaning. You wear the guy down.
But he was
You
still
dead
being
weight
active while
press on
doing
him.
it.
It
It
wears on
wasn't
their
just
arms,
straight
wears on their
hugging.
legs.
Yeah.
It's
And we got
science,
some,
baby.
and we got some good fights
And
coming
it
up still
worked.
too. You got Canelo coming out with Plant, and you still got
Yep.
Crawford and Porter. You got some
Yep.
big names coming
Crawford
out.
Porter, let's go.
Yeah, so there's still
Let's
some
do
fights.
that.
There's still some fights out there.
And those fights
Lomachenko
won't
has
get-
to come back. Lomachenko has to come back, and he's trying to fight.
And those
Lopez
fights
again.
won't get the hype
But
that
those
this
are
fight
all
got.
the
got.
littler guys. The
They'll
little
still
guys.
be better though, maybe.
But
They
we'll
might be
see
better,
where it
but
goes.
as good,
And you know
maybe.
what else? It won't even get talked about on this podcast
I don't know.
because this
I don't
fight
know.
it was on social media and everybody talked about it.
It was
every-
hype. It was hype. It was hype.
Before
It was
these
hype.
fights, the last fight that
Yeah.
I think was big on social media and hyped was like a Mayweather. It had I gotta say it's the
They
Paul
were the
kids.
McGregor.
The
Yeah.
Paul kids is the last like big fights that were overly talked about.
Yeah, you had Conor
on social
McGregor.
media.
Yeah,
It was Mayweather
fight
McGregor.
wise, fights happen every week, and it's
Right.
all year round. And
Get
when
rid
you
of
get those
half
big
the
names,
belts you
but
have so
when
you can
you get
have
those big
big
names,
fights.
but see when you get those
Thank
big
you.
names, some of those big names only fight once or twice a year.
Right.
Yep.
So it's a different game.
And they
it's
duck
money.
each
It's
other.
money. Yeah,
You
it's
gotta protect the
political.
zero.
It's political, and
Unfortunately.
Because they have
We'll
a belt, so like,
yeah.
well, I don't care. I have a belt. I don't care
Yeah.
if I have that belt or that belt because I got a belt, so I can
Yeah.
go 30-0 and no one's going to question it.
right.
I'm
So
undefeated and I have a belt.
so at the end of the day, though, the answer to your question, it was a good fight. I was entertained.
Definitely a good fight, but not.
Don't go back and look at some other fights before you say it's the best. Now, trilogy.
Please do.
I guess we're gonna say trilogy. I guess it was.
I'd
yeah,
have to
it
look
was-
at some of the other major
Yeah.
trilogies,
Yeah.
but
Right.
They
again,
haven't
I have
done a whole lot.
like Mike Tyson was coming out and saying this, and like some of these other bigger box. But I think it's because this is the fight that just happened, so it's the one that's freshest on your mind. Is why you're going to say all that,
Well,
until the next one.
It went
right?
as expected.
Yes,
Is why,
Put money in my pocket,
yeah.
same.
You know, it's like unless it's a knockout by Wilder, then it's done.
and
Right.
But it was
puncher's
still
chance.
a good fight. It
Puncher's
still
chance.
went that long.
Puncher's chance.
Puncher's chance.
Yep.
You know, he's got a mean.
I think
hook.
he has to go fight Joshua. I think Wilder has to fight Joshua, and I think
Definitely.
Fury should go fight Usyk and call it a day.
Definitely.
Run that. It is what it is. That's how boxing should go.
Fury Wilder 4.
So how do we
No, we wrapped that up.
how do we guys looking for this week of football? Just got any other takes on it?
Bears are going to lose.
I'm curious to see how the Raiders come out.
Bulldogs are going to beat Kentucky.
There's a lot of controversy with the Raiders night out. I want to see how the players come together.
Yeah.
Do they come out flat? Do they come out hot and say, okay, we got to,
Because who do you got this week, Josh?
Broncos.
yeah.
You got the Broncos. That
big division opponent.
a week ago, this would have been a win.
I would have been confident.
Confident.
Now I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do. What is offense going to look like? What kind of offense are they going to run?
Right.
They ran Gruden's offense. Are they still going to try to run that same offense without Gruden being there?
You still got
Like,
Carr.
is he going to still
MVP
implement
Carr,
that?
right?
But with the way the offensive line is, nobody can be an MVP.
Jacobs is going to play though.
No,
or-
see, we
Jacobs
named-
played
No.
last week, but the offensive line can't block.
We named 5 MVPs earlier. I didn't see Carr in there.
Hey, first 3 games, Carr.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
First
no.
3 games, Carr was on that list, and then
Yeah.
Carr ran out of gas.
But didn't Jacobs just get hurt?
No,
No.
he's back. He's back.
He's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
all
he
right.
came to this game,
Well,
and
that might be an L then.
they can't run the ball because the line can't block nobody.
That's true.
And the
That's
Broncos
true.
got a great defense, so
Yeah.
it's going to be an interesting game. Like I said, I want to see who the Raiders are at. There's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of questions.
And there's no way Michigan can lose either. They're on bye week.
Is it this week they have the bye?
So that's a win for you. That's a good thing. You're going to
20
keep your
yeah.
place in the standing
So because
for one more week.
when they come back from this, they should be another easy game.
Yeah,
They have
Northwestern.
Northwestern, but then that's where
Should be a dub.
then it's Michigan State after that, a Halloween weekend. That'll be a
Yeah,
fun one.
that's a good
Yeah,
game.
that means you can just
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
keep climbing.
Let's hope so. On that note, let's wrap this one up.
Go Dogs. Go Bears. Go NBA.
Go Lightning. Let's go for that 3-peat, boys. Come on. We're all
Let's go.
Any given
Lightning.
Sunday, shirts and skins, man. And there's only 2 undefeated win streak teams up here right now.
still
That's going to
trash.
do it for us. Thank y'all so much. We hope you enjoyed it. And please join the Facebook group and give us a like, give us a listen, subscribe if you like what we have to say.
Check us out on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube as well.
Please do. Please do. Tori, Devin, Josh, we'll catch you next week.